he shushes me. He goes, can you just keep your voice down? And I go, why? Because you're fucking ashamed that you're hitting on a trans woman? Yeah. And then I started yelling. I was like, trans. I'm not the
problem. Right? Hi, welcome to another episode of...
I'm not the problem, right?
I love that you said it with the inflection of like, right, please.
Yeah, well,
that actually caught me off guard. That's amazing. I'm ousscomedy. I'm the host. This is a dating podcast where we determine whether my guest is or is not the problem. Today I have the hilarious Ava Val. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
My absolute pleasure. The inflection. Let's go back to the inflection.
I wanted to deliver it with as much appropriate neurosis as I could. It was very authentic.
It really was. It kind of struck a chord in me where I'm like, there's still that like the internal want of validation of right, which is actually the entire thesis of this thing.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That was very authentic.
It was.
You're speaking to somebody with a hyperactive chronic guilt complex.
Oh,
so
no.
Even outside of intimate relationships, like I am constantly walking away from conversations like, was that problematic? Oh my God,
tell me about it.
What the hell is wrong with me?
I know.
Do they hate me?
I can relive every conversation that I've made a slight mistake on in the last 7 years.
Yeah.
And it haunts me. And I want to go back and tell them, hey, you remember the conversation 3 years ago? So this was why I said that. It came from this place.
Yeah.
And I apologize if it was a wrong thing to say.
Yeah. You don't hate me, do you? For this little idiosyncrasy I had 3 years ago? Please?
And for me, I did it in a networking, like not networking. It was like for someone in JFL. And I had a great initial relationship. And then this other thing, she said something to me. I was like, oh, was I? Actually, I'll tell you what it is. As I default to like buying someone a drink.
Right.
I'm like, worst case scenario, just buy them a drink. Like, it's my Arab in me. Like, invite them to something just so like it's nice. And then she goes, oh, like you don't need to get me a drink. Like I can get the drinks because it's like on the corporate card, whatever. I'm like, no, I insist. I'm being Arab about it. And then she just stopped, looked at me, and went. She goes, I'm not gonna fight you over a drink. And then I'm like, oh my God, was I too persistent on it? I'm like, no, that's not, I'm just Arab.
That is so funny.
I'm like, yeah, it's not like that. And then I literally think about it before I go to bed. I'm like, was I being too Arab about it?
Oh yeah, to this day, she's probably
I mean?
like thinking about the time the guy tried flexing on her.
I wasn't thinking of the flex.
Maybe that's what she was thinking.
Oh, thanks for making this worse.
I just wanted to insert that into your head.
How did you make this worse? We're supposed to be here for each other.
I know. Sorry. Have you considered that maybe she thinks you were trying to flex on her? I don't know. Sorry, Usama. Sorry about that.
You know what? I'm gonna diagnose you now. You are the problem, and you're a meanie. You're a meanie, no. Ava.
I'm sorry.
I like that. I'm like opening up until you something else with it. You're like, yeah, you are. You were the problem.
No.
Guess what? I'm gonna play the reverse Uno card all afternoon now.
No. Check this out. I'm just suggesting a worst case scenario so we can walk back from that logically. She doesn't remember that.
But to me, that's the first thing she thinks of when she wakes up.
No.
She wakes up. Remember the time Usama really insisted on buying me a vodka soda?
Oh, God, what have I done?
For $8?
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
What have I done? Wow.
All right, we're wrapping it up. Now I'm triggered. This isn't a safe space for me.
We answered the core question of this show within 5 fucking minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no.
And diagnosed both of each other.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry.
No. Now we're spiraling on each other. We're good. We're having fun.
Right,
we're laughing, right?
Let's close the loop.
Or tell me one of your times and let me show you how you're supposed to heal your
true.
friend.
Okay. Like an industry thing?
Oh, anything. Any one of these weird moments where like you think of, why did I say that?
Oh, shoot.
That was the most shucks vibe being shoot I've ever heard in my life. You're like, shoot.
Trying to clean up my act.
Are you?
You know what's fun to say? Crumb. Crumb. And especially if you say it with so much venom, you're like, crumb.
Yeah, the KR sound. Although it's a C.
It's so
Kremlin.
harmless, but it's, very effective.
Kryptonite.
Yeah.
Crumb. I think that's where the root of it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Can you think of one on the spot, or is this too much?
Where I said something that I've dwelled upon for ever since?
Yes. We can go as far back as middle school because I have those as well, locked and loaded.
There's one that pops to mind, but I think I'm the only one who remembers it. But I think that's the case with these things
Yeah,
all
you think
the
she
time.
remembers the vodka soda?
Well, okay. One time, my grandpa, who is now deceased, when we were like checking him into his retirement home and we were like given a tour by one of the workers, she was walking us through all the fun activities that he was going to do there. She's like, we have dance nights on Wednesdays and euchre nights on Thursdays and this and this and this. And she was listing all these exciting things. And then at the end of that, I couldn't help but blurt out, I was like, wow, this place is going to be the death of him. And it just kind of went like a lead balloon in the room. It just sucked all the energy out. And everybody looked at me like, and my brother thankfully had to like stifle a laugh. So I was like, at least somebody appreciated that.
I was gonna be mean and lean in and be like, well, maybe that is why he passed away. But
You know
no,
what?
I'm not gonna. I'm gonna learn from my mistakes. I'm like, listen, as a comedian, that's a perfect thing to say in that moment. You had to do it. Your intrusive thought won, and it was a banger.
You still kind of said it.
But I don't mean it. But I tell you what, this is what I really
Okay,
mean. I mean this part. Like, I get it. You're gonna say it. That's hilarious. It's perfect.
Okay, because I don't mean what I said before.
Yeah, you do.
Are we good?
We're amazing.
Oh, man.
Oh my God. Ava, what's on your mind these days? What's going on?
All right. I was thinking about this the other day. Check this shit out.
Checking it out.
I think that, not to put all of this on men, this is a gentle suggestion said with enthusiasm. Okay? So don't, in the comments, misconstrue this as man-hating bullshit, because it's
Misconstrue it. Do it. Misconstrue
No!
whatever. Get the
Constructive-
comments popping.
not. Okay, yeah, maybe for the algorithm. Okay, fucking tear into me. What do I give a fuck?
No, tear into me. Tear into me, not Ava.
Oh,
Not
no,
my
they're going to
wonderful
tear into me just for being trans. But this is, these are the people that I'm actually directly calling out as well, is, listen, if you consider yourself an ally of a man and a guy who thinks that, like, trans women are women, it's such a low stakes thing, but a big deal to, like, normalize, speaking of trans women in that women context.
Okay.
And this is, I was thinking about this the other day. I know this is such a superficial example I could give, but I think it would normalize trans women as women if, while you're hanging with your boys and some trans woman comes up, Hunter Schafer perhaps, the pinnacle of trans femininity, you could be like, yeah, I think she's cute. It doesn't even have to be any more than that. Just a little passing like, yeah, she's cute. Because you're not
Hunter
only
Schafer is stunning.
stunning. There
What are
we
you
go.
talking about?
Even better.
Hunter
Even
Schafer
better.
is a beautiful woman.
I used cute as an entry level.
Nah, she's
That's
hot.
safe.
She's hot.
She's hot as
She's
fuck.
hot.
Is she not?
100%.
Undeniably hot. And any guy online, first of all, who says like, oh, you can always tell, is using retrospective logic. It's
Yeah.
only because you know now that you would have called it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These people are full of shit every single fucking
You
time.
know what's so annoying? When people act like trans women are trying to trick, you're not trying to trick anyone.
No.
They think that you're trying to get away with it, and that's probably the most like misogynistic thing, that they think that the intention of a trans woman is to trick a straight man into thinking she's a woman.
It's
like,
so
biological
narcissistic
woman.
of them. They're
Yeah.
just centering themselves. The
100%.
world revolves around me, and everyone wants my stuff.
Yeah.
She wants my dick. She's tricking me because she wants my dick. Your dick sucks. I've seen plenty. You all average out somewhere in the middle. And especially the type of guy who's like, I know she's tricking me for my dick. Like, you're not getting that much pussy that
course not.
you could be that choosy.
No, also, like look at the profile picture of anyone commenting that. Look at the profile picture of that
100%.
person. Come on.
Yeah, fucking those Ray-Bans or whatever they're called, the blue blocker glasses. Anyways, I just think.
Also, how many of these men have actually probably then slid into your DM after?
Oh,
I'm
it's
sure
so
someone
common.
has. So many?
It's so common. It's so common. And I've even hooked up with men who have slowly God, they've hid their politics from me until it like slowly starts to come out. And then you're like, oh, wow, you believe some really shitty things about people like me. And you're sharing my bed right now.
That's crazy.
Like, sort yourself out. Sort this shit out.
And you found this out after you hooked up with them.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. That must feel not great. I'm sorry.
No, there was a guy that I hooked up with for a bit who was fun, and he came from Saint Martin, the friendly island, they call it. And he was friendly and cute and fun. But I slowly, like, some politics would come up, and I could feel him recoil and resist, and like, whatever. I could tell he was like withholding some stuff. But then, you know, sometimes I would dip out in the washroom, and from beyond the bathroom door, I could hear him scrolling through TikTok. And
just like Nick Fuentes.
yes.
Oh, no.
I don't know if anybody out there has ever gotten the ick from someone else's algorithm, but I got the ick from his fucking algorithm. Like, literally, like, I don't know, you know, scrolling on to somebody being like, the trans agenda is after your blah, blah, blah. And like, trans people are after your blah. And like, I'm hearing this shit about me after he just busted a nut inside of me.
What?
And he's sitting right there. It's like, sort your fucking self out, man.
Oh my God. Man, so people's internalized transphobia is insane.
It is insane.
I'm actually surprised by this. I did not know it was that bad.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah. So that was what made me say goodbye. I wasn't upfront about it, but I was just like,
why not?
I'm good.
Was it just easier? I mean, you also
call it cowardice, but I didn't want to get into
also,
it.
it's not your responsibility to teach everyone has problematic beliefs that.
You know, people like to say that, but sometimes I do think, like, for certain people, if you have the capacity for it, then I would argue that maybe on some level you do have a duty to help where you can, because this does affect you and more broadly people like you. So he's going to go on and perpetuate his shitty beliefs onto somebody else and his repression onto some other poor trans woman when maybe I could have given him pause. But, you know, who knows? Maybe I just would have encouraged him to like hide it better.
No, I don't think hiding it. No, I understand that point. I think there's a lot of validity to it. As I was thinking about it from my end, like the amount of like Islamophobia or just like xenophobia I've heard around me, where if I wanted to correct everyone that I have heard make a mistake, I would live a miserable life.
Yeah.
So it was like, so I kind of made the decision, whether good or bad, where I'll either, I guess through stand-up, I will say what I think needs to be said. But in terms of trying to change people's opinions, if I try to change, like it's my life will be a hellscape.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
And especially actually, and I would say because like, you know, you deal with it a lot more. You deal with transphobia a lot more than the average person deals with any sort of hatred. And me just given my name and the reactions people have had to me, I deal with it a lot more. So I've noticed it's people that don't experience a lot of day-to-day, let's say, pushback. They have more capacity to want to change people's opinions. Because I think like I don't just like a girl named Jennifer that went to like Queens versus me or you, we probably deal with a lot more shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if I wanted to correct all the shit I've seen, my life would be hell. Where if she sees some shit, she wants to say something. And she does. And like, I admire that. But that's because she sees shit 10% at the rate we see shit. And so that's why I don't tackle it as often as I do.
True.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. And different people have different resiliencies to it.
Yeah.
And resiliencies developed over time.
Yeah.
You know, which is why I mean, this example is funny to me, but this is why like so many, when I'll only speak for trans women, but when trans people complain about like how much hate they receive online and, you know, your typical cishet white guy is just like, suck it up, buttercup, that's the internet. Toughen up, toughen up. I have put guys like that on blast and roasted them. There was a guy who like said some transphobic shit to me. And so I went into his profile pic and it was like him like trying to do a mean face to camera in the bathroom. And
in the bathroom.
Yeah. And I posted something like, I reposted the photo in response. and said something like, next time you take a selfie, try to maybe look a little bit more thrilled to see yourself. Or like, next time you take a picture of yourself, try to look a little less disappointed in what you see. Or something like that.
That's a banger, dude.
Yeah, I fucking put him on blast. And naturally, my audience like came out in waves to start roasting him too. And the guy shut his fucking profile down and blocked everybody. And this is the thing is these tough guys who come into my comments and they're like, fucking suck it up. That's the internet. They couldn't last a day or a fraction of what we have to absorb and take it on the chin and be like, ain't no thing.
Yeah.
You're a pussy. You're all pussies. You come for me.
Bruh.
I know what a pussy you are. Because you will run scared as soon as 5+ people start talking shit to you. You can't handle it like I can.
So suck it up. It's the internet, Chad.
Sorry, I had to go off.
Oh, no. Clip it. Clip it. Collab post.
Yeah.
I'm putting my prop in the back. That was honestly the strongest thing said in this podcast's history.
You think so?
I do. Because it's true. It's at the root of so much fucking internet bullshit.
Yeah.
Of so much division, of so much hatred. That's the root of it. Mm-hmm. And I do think it spans to all other forms of hatred, whether it's also xenophobia, Islamophobia, anti-Semitism. Anyone that says it can never receive it because all they can do is do that.
It's a projection.
It's a projection, 100%.
Yeah.
And
As soon as, sorry, I interrupted.
No.
Continue.
As soon as
Continue.
what? Tell me.
Continue.
I lost my
shit, I'm sorry.
No, honestly, whatever you want to say, I want to listen.
I got excited.
Yes, B.
But as soon as, I mean, this is my best way of sort of rationalizing the never-ending deluge of shit hatred is like, it's easy. It makes it easier to tell yourself, to repeat to yourself that it's all a projection. They're projecting.
Yeah. You know what this is the comment I put when someone puts either a homophobic or any hatred in my comment. I posted a clip with with Taha, and someone commented gay, just so gay, something like that. And what I say with people, the way I deal with the hate comments is I know that when they write that, it brings them joy, and I find that sad. Okay,
it's pathetic.
So I replied to this comment. Did writing this bring you joy? Question mark. Enter. No, that's it. Just write correct grammar. No passive aggressiveness. It got like, I don't know, 100 likes. He deleted the comment.
Oh my God. See?
Just say that. Because when they realize that, when they reflect for 1 second, why did I do this? They realize how sad they are. Just do that. I promise you. Just write on any hateful comment. Did writing this bring you joy? Question mark. No extra, no angry face, no two question marks, just one question mark. And the second they become slightly self-reflective, and if they're honest with themselves, they'll realize it is, and done.
I love that. There's something so effective about asking just a very self-reflective, incisive question. Just make them self-aware just for a second.
Yeah.
Just to reflect on the mere gesture of them just being like, "Huh."
Yeah.
I don't know. What a sad life it is to go about.
And this guy, in his like profile picture, was him and his kids. I'm like,
always.
It's always.
Yeah.
And I'm like, can you imagine going to your daughters and be like, hey, this is who your dad is? I think that, like, I don't even have kids, but I honestly operate with the I try to have the integrity of like, would my future kids be proud of who I am now? And I think that's the way most people should lead, because I think it puts you in a much more reflective state and makes you want to be the best version of yourself that you're proud of at all times, and minimizes the mistakes you make.
I love that.
You know, that's what I try. And I try to do that even when I start dating a girl. I try to operate like with a story, like of how my wife will tell my kids about how I was from the beginning. I don't know. That was. I
love that.
That was cute.
That was cute. Yeah.
I didn't expect to go there. I got really earnest there.
Let's be earnest. Let's be sincere.
I'll be honest. My heart is feeling a lot of things these days.
Oh, I love that. No, that's great.
Is there anything else you wanted to discuss?
Yeah, just to wrap that point, and to add another example that now just occurs to me. Are you a soccer fan at all?
Of course.
Yeah? Okay. So Kylian Mbappe used to date a trans woman who was a supermodel, like gorgeous.
He did?
Yeah. He used to date a
I
trans
didn't
woman.
know that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I know. And anybody who knew about that would make fun of him for being gay, quote unquote. All these men, I would love to bring up a picture of her and see. I don't know. But that's back to my point about like normalizing it. Like, I think if you look at your if you say, man, Kylian Mbappe's girlfriend, smoke show, and one of your friends is like, are you gay, bro? I think that's a perfect opportunity to be like, how insecure are you? Like, look at this woman. Just look at her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So actually, here's my question, because this is something people do debate a lot, where because with trans women sometimes there is a penis, that it's not hetero, but it's something in between. Well, how would you categorize it? Do you feel like there's a need to categorize it?
Well, I think
I honestly don't think I don't think there's a need to categorize it. I don't think it cares. I think it's more like internet politics that's maybe even think of this question.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, what's your take on that question even being asked, actually?
Well, I think somebody's genitals are the last thing you see on them, unless something's gone horribly awry. So in the case of trans women are women, if you are out in society and you're seeing a woman and not knowing that she's trans, she has succeeded in performing enough femininity, she's succeeded in performing womanhood enough to assimilate in society as a woman.
Okay.
So therefore, should that not be enough? And at what point do genitals fucking matter when it's between two consenting adults? So that's what I'll say first.
Yeah.
And second of all, most importantly, who fucking cares what that makes you? It is it's an argument based around men just trying to justify their masculinity and protecting their value as men, when being hetero or into trans women or gay does not change that at all. And so I'm struggling to articulate it, but I think the question itself isn't important.
I agree.
But to finally answer that question, I think that I've met enough men who are into women and trans women, and the trans women that they're into are on, as far as the spectrum goes, on the more feminine side, on the hyper feminine side. And so how could you possibly argue that this man is gay when he's attracted to a woman who accomplishes every hyper feminine thing that he's attracted to besides the genitals? Like, I don't know. To me, that's an exception that feels pretty insignificant. Maybe just enough to make him not bisexual, because that implies that trans women are men. But I don't know. I don't think it comes down to the genitals. I think it comes down to what somebody is attracted to, the performance of the gender.
Yeah, so actually it's interesting because you said if a trans woman succeeded, you used the word succeeded. Do you think that's, I guess I'm trying to, the question is, do you think it's her, not that her job to succeed, but why did you use the word succeeded? I guess that's the question.
I was also trying to choose my words carefully because I also didn't want to make it sound like
that's the intended goal.
Yeah.
It's not, that's just who she is.
It's just who she is.
Yeah.
When I say succeeded, I mean succeeded in assimilating, succeeded in society's collective perception of her as a woman.
Yeah.
And if that's a measure of success, then that's the word that I would use.
So succeeded as per society's reflections of a feminine woman.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
there we go. That's the definition of it. Okay, nice.
Like in my case, I have my insecurities and I know I have my tells, like my voice, hyper insecure about my voice. But in society, I am addressed very consistently as a woman. And no matter how many guys can comment on my thing being like, no, you're not, everyone knows you're a man. I don't know, tell that to the fucking strangers I interact with on a daily basis.
Yeah.
You know? So I think that has to count for something. It can't just be that I walk around all day being referred to as ma'am everywhere I go. And then when I take my clothes off at the end of the night, it's like, boing, man all along. Like, that's not the way society treated me today.
Yeah.
And that's got to count for fucking something.
It does.
Not everything,
100%.
but it needs to count for something.
100%. Thank you for sharing that opinion and your vulnerabilities and insecurities with that, and how you've navigated it. That's helpful for
Yeah.
everyone to hear.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And beyond that, well, no problem. Thanks for having me. Thanks for giving me a platform to
My
talk
pleasure.
shit.
It's my absolute pleasure. Anything else? Any other shit you want to talk?
I think it's possible to have a feminine penis.
What does that mean? I'm gonna let you elaborate.
Continue.
Right into that one.
I'm gonna
right?
let that land. I think it's possible to have a feminine penis. Before I took hormones, my dick was a ram. You know, it get rock hard. It was strong and mighty like the oak. It was veiny and girthy and it got in there. I would wake up in the morning with morning wood. It would look up and be like, "Oh, good, you're awake. Let's cause mischief." It had a real masculinity to it, but undeniably, like estrogen and hormone replacement therapy. I've been on hormones for 5 years. It does change the shape, the texture.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, your skin everywhere gets way smoother on estrogen, and so
Oh.
naturally that happens down there too.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's smoother, it's gentler. When I am aroused, it's not as like, "Ugh,
It has those
here I
fierce-
am."
Yeah.
It's like if I were to describe it, it is, you know, that World War II poster of the lady with the bandana and she's like, "We can do it." That's what me aroused down there looks like. It's just like, it's a strong woman.
It's a supportive.
We can do it. That's what that is.
Okay, that is interesting. I never thought about that or knew that could happen.
Yeah.
I have heard
gentler.
that like the penis can decrease in size or the balls can decrease in size, but I didn't know that even the erection is a little more. Let's call it elegant.
Elegant.
Let's call it elegant.
That's the perfect
It's
word
like,
for it.
hello, I'm here.
Yes.
Not let's do this.
Yeah. Not Kool-Aid Man bursting through the
Yeah.
wall. It's a gentle breeze coming through an open window. Hello, everyone. Hello. May I sit here? Yes. Oh, thank you. Ooh. Elegant, great word.
Great. I'm glad we found it. Okay, now do you have any dating stories you want to share?
Okay, so if I may share the predicament I'm in,
As
the
what should
pickle.
Tell us
So
about the pickle.
I've spent my whole life up until like 30 being in the closet and overcompensating and performing as a guy in like hetero relationships and performing chivalry because in my mind, like while I was closeted, I was like, well, I can never be a woman. So this is the best I can do is to treat a woman the way I would have hypothetically always wanted to be treated if I were one.
By the way, that is good advice for all men in general.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's great advice for all men. Think of it that way.
Yeah.
Just don't try on your girlfriend's panties or this will happen to you. There's a limit. Stop yourself before it's too late. But shit. Where was I going?
The predicament you're in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You're
Okay.
a Saudi woman.
So I performed chivalry as a projection. And now, ever since I transitioned and I'm like, and I'm comfortable in my identity and I'm like, and I'm firm in who I am, I want to know what it's like to receive that chivalry. And this is going to sound so juvenile, but I've never had a boyfriend. And I want to know what it's like to have a boyfriend, to go to parties and be like, this is my boyfriend. You know? I don't know. It is juvenile, but I've never had it before.
It's not juvenile at all.
It feels adolescent, but sure, it's because I've never.
It's partnership. Whether like you classify it as a boyfriend, partner, wife, husband, doesn't matter.
True.
Everyone wants a boyfriend or a girlfriend, someone to call.
True.
Everyone likes that.
Yes.
Yeah. And to feel like being treated with chivalry. Everyone wants that. I want
Yeah,
that.
right? Chivalry
that.
is a display of care and affection and
Yes.
thoughtfulness.
Yes.
And yeah. And so since I've transitioned, I've kind of been, my goal has been like, I want a monogamous relationship with a guy and I want to experience that. I want to know what that's like. And now I've more or less found myself entering into what could possibly be a monogamous lesbian relationship with a woman now. And so it feels like I've fallen back into old patterns and I'm fighting against them to the point where like stupid, meaningless blue jobs and pink jobs or boy jobs and girl jobs, you know, I'm resistant to them because like the other day she couldn't open a pickle jar and she came to me to open it and I was like getting brought out of retirement. I was like, I don't do that no more. That's not me. That's not my job. I'm out of the game. I've been out of the game too long. And I'm resistant. Yeah, all right, one last time.
But it still feels great to open a jar.
Not anymore. I don't want to open the jar. I don't want to kill the spider. I don't want to open the jar. I don't want to check on the bump in the night. I don't want to do that. I want to be the one to be like, honey.
Yeah.
And I know and I acknowledge that that's like, it's not a gender thing. And it's definitely this infantilization of the women's experience, of the female experience. I acknowledge all of these things. So I acknowledge that I am the problem. I'm perpetuating gender stereotypes. But I also acknowledge that I'm new to the experience, so just let me like have it.
Yeah.
Let me have it a few times before I'm like, okay, I've matured past it, and I know who I am. And pickle jar or not, a pickle jar is not going to define my womanhood.
It's not. It's not.
You know?
But just so you know, if you ever have a pickle jar around you, I will more than happily open it for you.
Thank you, Osama.
Anytime.
I can count on you to open my next. If
I will
you have me back.
Actually, I've stopped killing spiders and I'll usher them outside.
That's the better way to do it.
I did that recently. I felt like a saint.
Yeah.
I felt like I've really grown.
Yeah.
I got a cue card and I was like, got it on. and then like was like running around like, don't touch me, dog. and then it played dead. I don't know if you know this. Also, it played dead. And then I scooped it up, tossed it outside. The second it landed outside, called away.
Holy shit.
And I was like, I'm a saint.
Wow.
I'm a saint.
That's double chivalry. You realize you were chivalrous to your girlfriend and chivalrous to the spider.
Yeah, just trying my best to not look like the problem.
Yeah.
What's your hottest take, Ava?
Okay. My hot take is that most men's definition of chivalry is violence.
What?
Okay. Roll with me on this.
All right, let's see.
Okay. And most men's implementation of chivalry, intended implementation, is violence. And the best example I can give is like, maybe I'm too chronically online, but you so often see some guy being like, man, I would kill 1,000 people if it meant protecting my wife and kids. And it's like, that is such a convenient fantasy to indulge, because that's not about your family. That's about you swinging a battle axe. That has nothing to do with your family. That has nothing to do with chivalry or honor.
Also, it's never going to happen.
It's never going to happen.
Look, as someone that has definitely said this, I think it just makes you feel like really masculine in the moment and like sacrificial.
Yeah.
Almost. But like, what's going to happen?
And it costs you absolutely fucking nothing.
Nothing. $0.
Meanwhile, your wife is upset because you forgot her anniversary and you haven't done the dishes in fucking 5 months. Like, chivalry is thoughtfulness. It's not fantasy. It's not you being a protagonist in a fucking medieval times war. It's you thinking about your partner and making gestures and going out of your way. It's the opposite of violence.
Yeah.
So many men think like chivalry is like, if somebody hits on my babe, I'm gonna fucking knock them out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking kick their ass.
Yeah, true chivalry is two things. Number one, either knowing what is upsetting your wife and already knowing the solution, or your partner knowing the solution to helping her get into a better mood. Number two is avoiding something that you know will bother her.
Yes.
Being more proactive in mitigating, decreasing the risk of agitation.
Yes.
That's true chivalry.
That's true chivalry.
Yeah.
You got it.
And then there's, like the present, opening the door, cute little things. But true chivalry is in the tough things that make you think intentionally about how to treat your partner.
Yes. I would argue that there are 3 levels. Hearing
me.
you talk about this is working theory based on what you've just said. I think the deepest, most profound, effective level of chivalry is the thoughtfulness and the listening and the caring and predicting her needs. And then the middle level are like superficial gestures, like holding the door or whatever. holding the door. What else?
Bringing a blanket, which is giving her your jacket.
Yeah. Little gestures that say I'm thinking about you.
Flowers on a random day.
Yeah. There's 2 levels to that. And then the dumbest tip of the iceberg, not even a level of chivalry, is you sitting around being like, yeah, I'd cut a guy's head off if he was hitting on my wife. Like, congratulations. Yeah. You are jerking off in your head.
Oh, you know what I've done also? This one's also cost me nothing. I said, I'd give my life for you. It's a pretty empty like in the moment, I feel like I'm saying poetry.
Yeah.
But the reality is, it's nothing. Again, costs me nothing. It's easy to say. And I think, in a way, it might be burdensome onto your partner.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest with myself.
Holy shit.
Right?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
What did you do to get us in this situation that you're going to have to lay your life down on the line?
It's like, hey, I actually owe guys $1 million. I owe some Armenian dude's money. It's me or you. I'll take the hit.
I'll take, because I'm chivalrous. Yeah. I'll take one from the team.
Yeah, true.
Oh, he was so chivalrous.
Great take. Yeah. Great take. Great talking point. I like this one a lot. Yeah.
Thanks. I hope it upsets the right people.
Oh, no, but I think that like the girls are going to be coming out in droves agreeing with you on this one. Yeah.
Nice.
It also has got me thinking about chivalry in that way as well. And I think like being reflective on my life, seeing where I've like not done enough or where I have done enough.
Mm-hmm.
And also like as a man, like not that you do it for the reward, but you do get rewarded for that type of chivalry so much more than that other shit.
Yeah. 100%.
Than like, yeah. Like I think for example, one of my girlfriends, she she doesn't like when my hands wet, like after I wash it, and like if I touch her after, she just like finds it like a sensory thing. So like I was sitting with her, and then I went to grab her. I'm like, oh, 1 second. And I went like dried my hand extra, then came back and just put it on her, and she goes, "You remembered?" I was like, of course, babe. Of course I remember.
See,
just small things, yeah. She hit me with a beautiful line. She goes, to be seen or to be heard is to be loved. And I think that's...
I'm about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. She nailed it.
She did. Any other stories? Is there like a crazy date you want to share? Or?
No, I'm definitely not the problem in this one, though.
Okay, yeah, perfect.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is it worth... Okay, all right. There was last year I was at a bar with a friend. It was like we were watching it was a Leafs playoff game or something like that. And I get up to go to the washroom, and this guy's sitting at the bar and he's checking me out, and he like beckons me over and he's like trying to chat me up, and he buys me a shot and we're kind of flirting, and then he's like, "So after the game, what are you doing?" And I was like, my friend and I are probably going to split up, so if you want to like meet at another bar and chat, like I'm down. It was like great, and we exchanged numbers, and then the game ends, and I send him a text to be like, just so you know, I'm trans, because I just like to put that out there right up front, just to make things so much easier.
Yeah.
And I don't hear back. And then finally the game ends, and I call him, and he's like, yeah, I'm at this bar 2 doors down. And already the red flags are coming up because he didn't respond to my text. And I'm like, all right, well, what's going to happen now? And so I go to this bar. It's half empty. I sit down beside him, and before we've even begun to get into it, he goes, "So you got something to say to me?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "You got something to say about yourself?" And I was like, "Did you not see my text? I'm trans. If that's what you wanted me to say, I'm trans." And he was like, "Oh yeah, I didn't read that." And you know, I don't mind though, because I'm a banger. But I'm a banger though. I'm a banger. And he keeps insisting on this banger thing. And I'm like, what does that mean? And eventually I find out he just means he's a top. He doesn't receive, he gives.
Okay.
But he's insistent on this, like, I'm a banger, okay? And, you know, you're kind. And he's being very, like, dehumanizing. And he's saying, like, you're kind.
You're kind?
And, yeah.
He said kind.
Yep. So at this point, I'm, like, ready to leave. And he's like, "Sorry, I'm just working out the language. I'm so sorry." He has this moment of apology where I'm like, all right, I'm going to give him one more chance.
He's working on the language, and he's starting at "you're kind."
Yeah.
That's way too far off the mark.
Yeah. And I did scold him on that. I was like, "Hey man, like I'm checking him at every opportunity to be like, can you not call me my kind?" And I'm kind of like, as a comedian, like roasting him to his face.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of fun too. There's an element of like, and
Yeah.
he's taking it in stride. So whatever. I go down to the bathroom and I'm in the stall and I hear the door open and I hear him go, Ava, are you in here? And I was like, yeah, I'm in the fucking stall of the women's washroom. Can you leave? And he was like, no, I just wanted to see something. And I leave and he's standing outside the door. Or no, a girl comes in and she's like, what the fuck are you doing in here? And she confronts him and he's like, oh, sorry, I was just looking for my friend. This guy's a total hot mess. And at this point, I'm like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. This is fucking insane.
Sure.
What he just did is crazy.
Yeah.
And so I step out of the washroom and he's standing right there. And I'm like, what the fuck was that all about? And he's like, I just wanted to see if you wanted to, and I was like, oh man, no, I'm out. I'm done.
Oh,
I'm going upstairs and grabbing my shit. We're getting that. And I'm getting out of here. And he follows me and we walk up and we're arguing and I'm rejecting him. And I'm like, man, what you did was fucking insane. That's a hard no. I'm out. There's no apologizing your way through this.
No.
That was fucking crazy. And I'm settling up and he's still like in my ear. And as I'm talking to him, I can tell he doesn't like my voice. And every time I speak a bit too loud, he does this where he sort of looks around and he's like worried that somebody might hear me.
Yeah.
And so finally, after I've settled up, he shushes me. He goes, can you just keep your voice down? And I go, why? Because you're fucking ashamed that you're hitting on a trans woman? And then I started yelling. I was like, trans. I'm a trans woman. And everyone in the bar is looking at me now. And I'm like, hey, everybody, this guy thinks I'm hot. This guy tried to fuck me in the bathroom.
Yes.
Me, a trans woman. Is that so terrible? How embarrassing. And I'm like going and going and going. And I'm collecting my stuff and I'm walking out and I'm still going while he's sitting there like hiding his head. And I'm like, that guy wants to fuck a tranny. That guy wanted to fuck me. Good night. I like cheesed it. So.
Oh, well, it's clear. It's never been clearer. Ava, you are the problem.
I am the problem.
No, you're absolutely not the problem. That is epic. That is the way every man should be treated if they're being fucking weird and awkward.
Yeah.
And even if it's not hitting on a trans woman, just being creepy, women should publicly shame men in that same way. Like, hey, this guy's a creep. That's what they should do at bars all the time.
I agree. I used to think that
This is a lesson for women around the globe.
100%.
Shame men publicly when they're creepy at the bar.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
And especially trans ladies out there for the dolls. Listen, I used to think that, somebody's coming out experience is their responsibility. Absolutely. I recognize that is perfectly sacred. But if somebody fucking dehumanizes you, I'm starting to get older. I'm starting to get more tired of it. There are real world implications out there. They're making our lives harder. They're inflicting violence on us out there. So I am less inclined to fucking put up with that bullshit. And if somebody's going to dehumanize you, you fucking out them out of the closet. I don't give a fuck.
Boom. Like, comment, subscribe. Find Ava on avavalcomedy on Instagram, TikTok. I'm ousscomedy. Love you. Bye. Into the middle. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for having me.